Okay, so are you ready? Yes, you are. Well, maybe you're not. Let's see. Let's see how you handle this. What will I have to show you to prove my point of what I'm going to be showing? Well, I'll have to show you this white structure right around here is exactly what I have, and it's broken off right here. So I would have to show you the hair coming straight out of it. And you probably, I never knew this before myself until I started looking into this. You have a muscle that attaches to every hair follicle. All right? I never knew this before. It's called the erector pili muscle. Well, that's nice. So it attaches. Muscle attachments have a very, very exact signature because they have to embed themselves into this structure. So I'd have to show you that. I would have to show you the blood supply, which you see the red and the blue. In mud fossils, they're normally black. The blue is always black in the mud fossils. That's the used blood, the vein blood. And that is usually clamped off and stays in the tube because it has little pinchers that keep it from going backwards. The artery blood, the red blood, has no restrictions. It can go this way, it can go back and forth, and it goes all over the place. But it stays obviously in its tube. But there is no pinchers in it to say you can't go backwards, because it's still fresh blood. You can go backwards and go forwards. Once it's used up, it gets into the vein system, no more going backwards. So I would have to show you these entrances down here coming into that bulb. You know, the two different types, the red and the black in my case, or they change colors depending upon the materials that they were submerged in. Because everything gets replaced and stabilized. Otherwise it would rot away, otherwise, you know, just like everything else. Now the only reason, and I think I mentioned this, is that there was a hot water flood. And it literally cooked these things into a position where they were, cooked. Then all of the fleshy stuff literally was cooked off. The structural components, primarily like lungs and hearts and bones too. A lot of the bones turned. Bones didn't do so well. In my area, they did okay, pretty good. Because there was something strange about my area here. Everything turned to mud fossils. I mean everything. I just got them coming out of my ears. I mean thousands of them. And just huge, huge, huge creatures. And as you'll see, that hair follicle is this wide. All right, in us, it's, it's like the size of a little bit bigger than the size of your hair. So if I can show all of those things in extreme detail, and the hair coming up the top, and we're going to see some anatomical of the straight across and see down into this structure here, because you should have this green around the center as well. Should be able to show this exactly identical to this. By the way, this is hsdisease.com who made this graphic. Absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. So what are we going to see? We're going to see this structure here. We're going to have to see some kind of a variegation here between where the hair comes out the top and something surrounding it, which would be this green stuff. We have to see the muscle attachment, and we have to see the blood supplies. And we may uncover some new evidence of how this even develops. They show it just coming out of a ball here. I think I can show it developing a little bit different than that. Let's take a look. We're going to be looking at it in a microscope. And here's what we're going to be looking at. Right there is the hair follicle I'm talking about. Boom. Okay? The first part we're going to be looking at is down at the bottom there where the blood supply comes in. All right? So we have to see some entrance of two blood vessels. Let's see if we can find that in a microscope. Okay, so let's see if we can find the blood vessels. Now there's a little squiggliness going on here. There's a couple more connections. We may be able to see more than one, more than just the entrance and the exit. We may be able to see some of that other stuff, and I think we do. Let's look up at the microscope shot here. Let me come up here. Oh man, I hurt my shoulder and it is painful. So I can't carry around these big rocks here today. But you see these are the entrances of the blood vessels. Now, I'm not sure which ones are which, and I see more than just the entrance and the exit. So we may be seeing that little loopy thing that I showed you a second ago. That I'm not sure about. Let me see if I can get any better resolution here. I really can't. But you can see, well, I hope you can. And well, you see this was some structure that sort of surrounded that entrance, which you'll see down here in a second. And it was that green structure. Okay, you see down here the green stuff? That's what came around here and surrounded the blood vessels. And you can see it sort of deteriorated, but it's there. You see these little slabs over here, and it's around here, but it's pretty much deteriorated. So I believe I have shown a pretty good evidence of the blood supply, which is right there, and it is right at the bottom of the, hair follicle, giant hair follicle. Now, that's the giant hair follicle. So let's take a look at some more of it. Okay, so I claim that I just showed the blood vessels. Now, what else must I show? I must show a muscle attachment, because they show a muscle attachment, so I better have one too. Now, this comes right up to here, basically like that. That is actually the hair inside emerging up through it. I'll show you in a second. And that right there is the muscle attachment. Now, you can probably see, oh man, I'm telling you, I keep knocking into this thing. You can probably see that there is some kind of anatomy look to it right there, just looking at it. Let's look at it in the microscope. But that's how they have to attach. Normally there's going to be a stalk to everything. And that's it. And then we're going to look at the top in a second. But it's very hard to discount this as being what I'm saying it is. And it's pretty good size. Alright, so I have the muscle, I have the follicle in the microscope, and we're going to be focusing right on the muscle. Now, what will I have to show you to show that it is a muscle? First of all, there's what they call enthesis, and that's little balls that lock into this tissue, and they're balls, and they have straps, and they break right there at that junction, which is the abrupt transition from this into the muscle and fiber mineral here. You see how it's whitish looking, and then it gets pink? Can you see that? Yes, you can. Right there is the abrupt transition from that to this, and that's where they break, pretty much flat right across there. But we should see the emplacements, and I think I can show you those. Now, what else do I have to show you? No muscle will work without blood, which means you have to have red and black blood in mud fossils. So, can we find that? Absolutely. And there it is right there. All of the things that I just spoke about. That is the muscle attachment on the side of the hair follicle, right at the top, just exactly where it should be. And these are all the little anchor balls, which are the enthesis. They're everywhere. Now, up here is where the blood is feeding, the black and the red blood. They're somewhere in there, they're little tiny blood vessels, but they're in there somewhere. And that's why you see this black and red, and that sort of highlights them better. This didn't get covered with that, but they're all the same things. There's little tendon straps that go down. I'm going to show you that right now to prove that's what you would see here if there was enthesis there, and there is absolutely enthesis there. Okay, this is exactly what I just showed you. It's something like this, one of these two, where the embed all these balls right into the surface, just like I showed you, and then the center stalk comes out and leads up to that muscle. Right? Now, when I first found this thing, all right, here it is here. Yeah. When I first found this thing, I thought it was one of these balls, and that was the little stalk that comes out of it like a little cord, but it's not. It's a hair follicle. I thought it was a tendon ball, but then I found the muscle attachment, which I showed you before, and then I found the blood supplies down at the bottom, and then I can see exactly it is what it is, and it is the hair follicle. So let's go back to looking a little deeper at it. You know, some would call me easily amused, but I find this amusing as heck. We're looking at a hair, the hair follicle. Well, this is actually the hair now. And here's, again, all the different layers of the hair. And here's the blood vessels out here, the blue and the red. And in MudFossils, it's black and red. Now look at this. This is hilarious. I find this just tickled me to death. You see this line right across here? That line is just, you know, part of the picture. But guess what? Look at this. This is hilarious. This is the top of the hair follicle. I got the same line. I know. Easily amused, but I find it hilarious. Now, what else do we have here? We got the red and the black right over here, the blood vessels. Now, these always have some form of an attachment here or there. But anyway, forget about that. Let's look at all of these different layerings around the central core of what is the hair. And again, remember the red and the black, and then we have this surrounding stuff. Now, this, I got a feeling actually, is where the hair begins to grow, and it grows down inside and then comes back up. And I can show you why. I can pretty much see that. In other words, this doesn't come up. This goes down, this one here, I think. I can't be certain, but I think it goes down, snakes all around, and comes right back up this way. That's what I'm suspecting. I'll show you why. But look at this. How funny is that? Again, come on. How could it be any cooler than that? We're seeing the same things around. We're seeing the blood vessels, and we see the cut across. It's just hilarious to me. Okay, my friends. This is it right here. Now, I made a mention before of that little slab going possibly down and then wrapping back up. And I was mistaken. I am almost 100% sure. Now, I know you're going to say, oh, that's impossible, Roger. Well, normally I would agree, but in this case I did make a mistake. I know what happens. Now, where did that stalk come from? Where did that thing come from? Well, here it is right here. That I'm pretty certain of. Where it originated from, it appears that it originated from that first area that I showed you, which was where the blood vessels come in. So they're servicing whatever it is that is giving that stuff out, and it's turning into a thinner stalk. It's real fat at the bottom, and then it comes up here to that little thin stalk that comes out and is your hair. So I was wrong before. I don't think that goes down. But I don't know where it goes. I don't think it goes up. I don't know where it goes. It's strange why it's across like that. These are the kind of things that excite me. I can't help it. It's just one of those things. You could dig in so deep to these. Or you could just say, oh yeah, it's a nice rock, have a nice day. And that's what I hear from everybody, geologists specifically. So, at this point in time, I am going to make this claim. Me, Roger Spur, is the only qualified geological, biological person on the planet. I win. Maybe they could call me a biologist, because everything is geology, biology, and they always say, by golly, so maybe I can be a biologist. Yeah, I think I like it, biologist. Yes, Roger Spur, the first qualified biologist. Life is fun.